This is our 2023 Tesla Model Y, and in the last couple of videos, I just completed installing paint protection film on the whole vehicle, and I also ceramic coated the whole vehicle. And so in today's video, we're going to do some additional accessorization to personalize our Model Y. Here on the ground, I have a stack of 4 accessories for some personalization. So I'm going to go over those briefly now, and then I'll go into more detail once I install them. So first off, right here, I have a center console cover. This right here is a chrome back piece that has Tesla on it. And then right here, this is a carbon fiber trim piece that goes across the dashboard instead of the wood. So you can see that there's one big piece here that is going to be covering the wood trim on a dashboard on the Model Y. And then it has 2 of these door pieces, and you can see the nice carbon fiber texture there. And then it has actually 2 covers here. These are filters kind of that go over the floor vents in the back so that objects don't go down into the floor vents, which I've heard of as being a problem. So that'll definitely be nice to have. And then this is a carbon fiber trim piece that is for the door seals. So let's get into installing these. Now these accessories were sent to me by 2 different Amazon stores. One is called BMZX and the other one is Show EV. And neither of them dictated that I say anything about these accessories. They just said, hey, try out these accessories on your car. So I'm trying them out, testing them. And so all of these opinions are my own, and they have not dictated that I say anything about them. All right, so this is the front door seal plate, and I haven't attached it yet. You can see it's just resting there. It has some double-sided sticky tape on the bottom. Those are red strips, and that's what's going to hold it down. And this is what material is there from Tesla. And so basically nothing. And then this is that. So I guess it is repeating the Model Y twice here, but it's got this nice carbon fiber look, and you can see it's molded to kind of match the contouring here. Now disregard all the dirt there. We need to get some better floor mats. Now here on the back, you'll see that it doesn't fit for our car. We have the 7-seater Model Y, and these back pieces only work for the 5-seater Model Y. You can kind of see where it should be going here, and that's about how it would work. But the underneath, it bumps up because it has seats that are different here for sliding, and so we're not going to be able to use these specific back pieces. The installation of this is really quite simple. So I'm just going to peel off the red strips here and then make sure it's nicely centered. And you can see right here, I want to make sure it lines up with this line right there, just like that. And then it'll just match the molding over there, and then stick it down. And just like that, it's on. That was very simple. You can see it goes right up here to that line and then comes around over this way. So it seems to be a pretty custom fit. One thing I don't love is you can see it doesn't quite follow the line right here. It kind of goes out farther. Not a big deal, but yeah, that's for a nice custom look. We'll see how long this lasts. I'll report back in future videos if I have any problems with this. And here it is installed on the passenger side as well. This is what the back of our Model Y looks like without this garnish, and now this is what it looks like with it on. The natural bend of it, you can see, sticks out a little bit, but of course with the sticky tape on the back, it should stay on there just fine. So I'm going to get that installed now and see how it looks. I have finished sticking it on, and this is how it looks. I like the look. Obviously it matches the chrome of the Tesla logo. Sometimes people want to black out their whole car. I don't really feel that need, so we're going to leave this on for now. The big question is, how well will this stay on, considering that I have ceramic coating on here, which is very slippery. So I'm not sure if this will stay on long term, but for now it's staying on. And it just popped off while I was standing here. So clearly it is not an accessory that I can install at this point because I have the ceramic coating on there. But assuming you haven't done that, this accessory is very easy to install, and it has the double-sided sticky tape back here that just sticks it on. I can't really speak to its longevity at this point. It was going to look cool, so I'll hold on to this and use it for some other purpose in the future. The next thing that I'm going to install is this cover here. So this is an Alcantara cover that goes over the top of this right here, and it should have tight enough tolerance that it can go up in there. And then also it has this other piece that goes back here. And then also this comes with the wipes and a dry wipe, both wet and dry, to clean this area off before applying these. So I'm going to do that now. And here's the final result of this center console cover. Now this is a softer, like I said, Alcantara cover. They do have carbon fiber and some other finishes. Even though I'm going with carbon fiber for the trim pieces, I wanted this to be softer because there's going to be things put here, and this helps them to not slide around as much, and also is just a softer surface for not scratching things. Like, say if my camera gets set down here and it's the lens pointing down, which I don't try to do, but if it happens, then I'd rather this be what it rests on rather than a harder plastic surface. Overall, applying this was not terribly difficult. The adhesive is a little bit forgiving in that if you get it down a little bit crooked, you can peel it back up. And these can be removed in the future anyway. They're not that permanent. But the adhesive is strong, and these look like will stay on just fine. You can see if you are OCD about patterns, this might not be the right surface for you, because you can see that you can make patterns on it with your fingers. In any case, this is what it looks like closed, and I'm pleased with it. And also, this still opens up just fine, and that is awesome. And also, I like that it matches the feel and aesthetic of the Model Y wireless charger spots up here for phones. The coloring is slightly different. This is a lighter gray down here than this, but it actually matches pretty well because of this gray piece that goes around here. So it has a different look down here versus up there, but a same feel. And now for the final piece of this project, which is the carbon fiber trim piece that goes up here and covers the wood that comes with the Model Y, which I'm not a fan of. I much prefer the look of this carbon fiber. Even though it's really just a stick-on garnish thing that covers that wood, it's okay, because it's all about just aesthetics, and that's what we're doing here today. And then it also comes with these additional pieces. So this goes on the passenger side door right there. You can see it goes over that wooden piece, and then this other one goes over this wooden piece right here. So I'm going to get these applied now and see how it goes. I have finished applying this piece right here, and I really like the look. You can see over here the carbon fiber compared to the wood finish that came from Tesla. And personally, my aesthetic that I prefer is very much this carbon fiber look. It matches quite nicely with the darker interior of the other parts of the Model Y. One thing I noticed is that horizontally, like here on the ends, this piece is just a tiny bit narrower. I'm guessing there's maybe some design change at Tesla, or I don't know what, but there are some side pieces that were a little bit tricky to get pushed down because of the width. So the side pieces here are bending out just a tiny bit, but I was able to press them down so it's a snug fit, and then the double-sided tape underneath is holding it down and in place. There's double-sided tape on each of the ends as well as in the middle. And then also what's nice is here in the middle there is not a seam. Others that I saw online, there are two halves, and then there's a seam behind the screen here, but this one is all one long continuous piece, and I really prefer the look of it. So I'm now going to get these side pieces on and see how it all looks together. And here is the passenger door done. And I really like, of all the parts that I've installed today, this is my favorite for sure. It looks like OEM, it fits perfectly, and I really like the aesthetic and the look of it over the wood trim piece that was there. I always felt like that wood seemed out of place amongst all this other material. And so that's the final look. You can see it wrapping all the way around, back behind the screen there, and around to the side. One other thing that was included with that is this piece here, which I looked at it for a second and then realized there was a slot on the end. So this is to put your Tesla key card in, and it's just a rubber cover for it. Kind of interesting. Got a lanyard here. Depending on how you use your car, you may want this. And then of course that would go right here. There's no reason to keep the card here for the entire drive, just to get it started. And we don't even use our card usually, so I don't know where this will come into play, but that's something that it comes with. And last but not least, I am back here behind the driver's seat, and this is the floor vent that I was talking about earlier, and this is the last piece that came with those carbon fiber pieces. So you can see the whole perimeter is Velcro. So I'm going to just place this over the vent, just like that. And the Velcro very readily connects to that carpet and stays tacked down very nicely. So this will definitely be great for us to keep our kids from dropping random things down the vents, which I've heard is a problem. And sometimes when kids do that, then when you drive the car around, you can hear things rattling around in there. So this will prevent that from happening in the first place. And now with that one applied, I'm going to come over here and do the same thing on the passenger side of the car. And just like that, this is probably the easiest thing to install. Literally just drops down and is now connected to the carpet with that Velcro and it looks great. In summary, all of these accessories were really easy to install. The hardest part was actually just peeling off the backing off of the double-sided sticky tape. The trim piece on the back that says Tesla, that was clearly a fail, but I would say that was my part. The surface of the car is very clean, and it would have stuck if I didn't have the ceramic coating on there, I'm sure. It's just, I have the ceramic coating, so just know that don't buy that trim piece if you have something there that will stop that double-sided sticky tape from adhering on that on the lid there on the back of the vehicle. The carbon fiber trim pieces up here in the front, both down here on the foot seal, as well as this wooden cover. I really like those, and then also this cover here on the center console. It's going to be really nice to have. If you're interested in picking up any of these accessories for your own Model Y or Model 3, I will put links in the description below to all of them. And with that, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.